So, good morning, everyone. Let's get started. I hope everyone is able to see my screen. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So, those who are watching if you get dropped off from the meeting, you can watch this class in the live. So, that is in the Ashok IT. So, just go to the Ashok IT YouTube channel and then live section. So, similar to this Java 9 and 11, you can see another one. Okay, just give me a minute. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, sorry guys. So if you are getting dropped off, you can go to Ashok IT and you can watch in the home section. So Java 9 and 11 session 2. So this it's getting live stream in YouTube. You can watch it here. Okay. Now let's get started. Now before going to this course, are there anyone who joined today newly?
Yes, Karthik.
Yeah. Okay. Your good name is Prabhu, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Any other person apart from Prabhu who joined newly? Okay. So in the interest of new joiners, I'm just going to repeat this. So this is a Java new features. When I say new features, it's a Java 8, 9, 11, the batch. So we already completed the Java 8 features in the month of December. So in the December from 6th to 22nd of December, we just completed Java 8 features. So now in this session, we are going to learn Java 9 and 11. So in the Java 9, uh, we are going to discuss about all this, whatever I have shown here, G shell, try with resource, factory methods, interface changes, stream API enhancement, process API improvements, platform module, what is a module, what is Java platform module system, and then diamond operator and collection API enhancement. And then when it comes to Java 11, so there are like why Java 11 is so important. So the execution of a program is a single step process, string enhancement, file enhancement, local variable inference, HTTP client, predicate interface changes, nested basis access. So these are the things that we are going to discuss in 11.
Okay.
So we started this class yesterday. So if you want the detailed explanation, so if you are part of the any of the Ashok IT WhatsApp or Telegram group, you can watch the previous video.
Yeah,
Or
yesterday I gone through that video, Karthik.
okay, yeah, okay, fine. So the fee for this course is 2,000 rupees. And if you would like to enroll for 8 also, for 8 also you'll be given with all the recordings, and the recordings will have access up to 6 months. So total 8, 9, 11 together is 4,000. If you want only 9 and 11, the fee is 2,000. Okay. And the class notes, programs, everything will be shared with you guys. And the duration is, so we started yesterday. So we'll be completing by 25th or 26th. By 26th of January, we are going to complete this session. Okay. Any questions on the course content, anything? Those who are watching in YouTube, do you guys have any questions? You can put your questions in the comments. Okay. I take that silence as no questions. Now let's get started with some of the features. So first, let me create a new workspace. So I already have, as I mentioned, this is the 7th batch I'm teaching on the Java new features. So already Java 8 features is there. I'm opening that workspace. Those who are watching in YouTube, if you have a questions, please put your questions in the chat. So today we are going to get started with the one of the feature of Java 9 is interface changes. What are the interface changes that are happened in Java 9? Okay. Now let's see whether the workshop. Let's wait for the Eclipse to be loaded. Just give few minutes. It is taking time. So while the Eclipse is loading, so the change that is introduced in Java 9 for interface is, in interface we can write a private methods. Now, can someone tell me what is a change that is introduced in Java 8 for an interface?
You can write default methods and static methods.
So what is the advantage of default methods? What is
Backward
the advantage?
compatibility.
Yeah. What is the advantage of static methods?
We can write utility methods.
Yeah. So that means from Java 8 onwards, in an interface, you can also write non-abstract methods. Specifically speaking, you can write only default and static method from Java 8. But in Java 9, I can also write a private method. Now let us see what is the advantage. I am creating a Java project and I'm selecting, right, I'm writing the is Java 9 features. Okay. And selecting the runtime environment as Java 9. You can select Java 9 or 11. Any version apart from 9, after 9 should be fine. 9 or after 9. So when I click on finish, just do it. Okay. So now here, do you see now if you look at the Java 8 features, under the SRC, I have anything? Under SRC, I have all the packages, correct? Apart from all the packages, do you see any other file? Leave about this JRE. Apart from this JRE and all these packages, do you see any file?
No, sir.
No, but if you look at the Java 9, I just created a project. But what is the runtime environment I kept? Java 9. So when I keep the Java 9 as a runtime environment, what do you guys able to see?
Module info.
Module info.java file.
Yeah, there is a new file that is created automatically, correct? So this is nothing but from Java 9 onwards, Java has become a modularity. What is the advantage of this and all? We are going to see later point of time. So there is a topic called Java Platform Module System. Under this topic, we are going to look at what is the advantage of this module. Okay. Now I'm going to create a project with a Java 8 and write and convert that into a Java 9 and I'll tell you advantages. Now before getting started, let's see the interface changes. Let's create a package com.ashokit.interface changes. So package name should be small letter or capital letter?
Small.
Small letters, right? Yeah. I'm creating test interface. Okay. Now, if you look at here, let's create public void display. So can I say this is an abstract method? Yes. Now public void show. Let's keep it as a default. That means I am writing one default method. So can I also write static method? Show one. Let's keep it as static. So now if you look at my interface, it has one abstract method, one default method, one static method. Now what extra we can write? As I mentioned, I can say that private void
Show.
So am I able to write a private method also?
Yes.
Now let's copy this. See, this is a, I'm not getting any compilation error because my runtime environment is Java 9. Because this feature is added in Java 9, so you can do. Now cut this and go to the Java 8 project. See here, this Java 8 features. What is the runtime environment? JRE system library, which is nothing but Java 1.8. Now let's go here and then add this. Let us take any of the interface. Yeah, test interface is there. Let's add here and see whether you get a compilation error. Are you getting a compilation error?
Yes.
Yes.
That means, can I say that this is newly introduced from Java 9 only? It is not available in Java 8?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. So that's the first thing. Now let us look at what is the advantage. Now, so let us write here some lines of code. So here, I want to perform addition of two numbers, int seek, or else here I am writing a database connection. Okay. Now, similarly, I want to have one more method. Now, show three method. Okay. Now, in these two methods, I am writing some code. What is that code? Database connection. So can I say here you are writing that code and here you are writing that code? Correct. So can I say you are duplicating this code?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So now if I want to, instead of duplicating, now what I can do is I can move this DB connection code to here. Like, can I say DB connection? Okay. I'm writing one private method, DB connection. Can I call this methods internally here?
Yes.
So that means, can I say what I'm getting with the private methods? Can I say I'm doing the reusability?
Yes.
Yeah. But now the question comes, sir, see, instead of writing a private method, why can't you create another default method and then write it as a DB connection, correct? By using let us take DB connection. So instead of writing a private method, I can write one more default method and then call it, correct? Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to say?
Yes. Sir.
So why do we need? So what you can do with the default method, guys?
We can write a default implementation.
Okay. And in a class, can you override a default method?
Yes.
If I write a class called A implements test interface. Okay. Now what is the default method I have written? DB connection, right? Now let's override the abstract method first. Okay. Now I have written one DB connection one. What is this method?
Default method.
And the DB connection, there is a DB connection. That method is a private. So do you see that method here? No, because private methods cannot be overridden. Private means it is accessibility only for that class or for that interface. Now, if you look at here, if you override this, so I'm overriding this, I'm writing here something. Instead of writing a DB connection, I'm writing x equal to a plus b. X equal to 10 plus 20. That means, see here, in my interface, the method name is DB connection one. It's a default method. And I have written in this one, I will write a code for the DB connection. So DB connection means what do you do? First load the driver, correct? In order to load the driver, what do you do? Driver manager dot, sorry, first load the driver and then create connection,
Statement.
create statement, execute query, get the result set. I'm not writing the code, but these are the steps, right? Driver manager dot get connection method you will use, and we will pass username, comma, password, comma, host. Okay. Now once then so this driver manager dot get connection will give you connection object, correct? Connection con, and then statement st equal to connection dot get statement or create statement, correct? Now after that, result set s equal rs equal to st dot execute query, correct?
Yes.
And you will give the query. So here I will say select star from employee, and then I will say that while rs dot next. So this is a code I haven't written, but I'm just mentioned. So this is a code I can write. Now I have written this code in the DB connection 1, and it is a default method. Now in order to do the reusability, so in the show method and in the show 3 method, I want to do a database connection. So I can copy all this. Generally what we'll do, we copy all this code and put it here, put it in the show method, and put it in the show 3 method. But if you do like this, can I say you are duplicating the code? Yes or no?
Yes, correct.
So in order to avoid this, what do? You thought of creating one more default method. So you have created one more default method called DB connection 1, and you have written this code here, and this kind of method you are calling here. That's good. That means here default method is also providing the reusability. But why do I need to go for a private method? Let's see now. Now, can you override a default method? Yes. Whenever you are overriding a default method, now if I call, so let's create a main method. Now if I call create a equal to new a. Now if I say a dot db connection 1. So now you guys tell me which logic will execute. Will it execute a database connection logic, or will it execute addition of 2 numbers here?
Addition of 2 number.
That means, can I say if you are writing a code reusability in a default method, anyone can override it, correct? If you are overriding, will you be able to get the exact nature? No, that's the problem, right? The problem here is if you are using a default method for a reusability, default methods can be overridden. So now what is your purpose? No one can override this. So what is the best way? So instead of writing into a default method, cut this code and put it in a private method. So if you are writing a private method, what is the meaning of a private? What is the accessibility of a private variable?
Inside the class.
Only within the class or only within the block of the code, correct? Now, so you are writing the private method in the interface. The accessibility of this method only for this, correct? Can anyone override this private? Now, if you try to override it, do you able to see, like, let's look at here. A dot, do you able to see data DB connection? No, that means you cannot override, right? So that means when I am not able to override it, so instead of using a default method, if I use this DB connection private method, no one can modify my behavior. Agree? So the introduction of a private methods in Java 9 interface will provide code reusability, right? So now whenever you say answer, then they will say that, why can't you do that same with a default method? Yes, you can do, but so whenever you're using a code reusability with a default method, in the child class, you can override that method. Whenever you're overriding that method, whatever the logic that you have mentioned is gone, right? So you should not allow, whenever you're doing a reusability, you should not allow anyone to override that logic. The best way to do is by writing a logic in the private methods. So now, advantage of private methods in interface is code reusability. Okay. And we cannot use the default method for code reusability because default method can be overridden. Okay. Now the question is, can I have a private static method and private method? Yes, you can. Because see here, can I call this method here? Why am I getting a compilation error?
Calling non-static.
Because instance method you are using in static.
Yeah. From a static context, you can call another static method or another static variable only. Now, in order to call this, then what should I do? I have to make this as a private static method, correct? Private static DB connection to something. Now, that means the private method can be static or not instance also. That's another point. The private method in an interface can be a static or can be an instance. Private method inside interface can be static or instance. Okay. So this is a reason why they have introduced private methods in Java 9 interface. Any questions? Those who are watching on YouTube, do you guys have any questions?
Are we able to call this method private method?
Yeah, you can call this private method within this interface. It's a private, right? You can see you are able to call this DB connection what it is. It's a private method. You cannot call this outside. That's the reason if you are calling outside, that means you can override it, right?
No, if we implement this interface, then actually use this method. There is no use there.
So if you are implementing this, how can you call this private method? If you call, then what is the, if you want to call, then why are you going for a private? You should go for a default, right? See here, I have a dot, I will call display method. See, a dot display means where it will go. Do I have a display method here? Yeah, let's not, okay, not display. Let us take show. A dot show. What is the show method? It's a default method. Did I override the show method here? No. Then it will go to the parent. It will go to the interface show method. Yes. And in this one, you are getting a DB connection. From where you are getting DB connection? From the private method. No one can override this. If you are keeping it as a default, anyone can override it. Then that's a problem. You are they are bypassing your logic. Hope you get it. The one
for our customized interface, that is okay, but predefined interface, there is no use, right?
Yeah, predefined interface also, if you have a logic, then you can use it. Generally, we use it for customized logic. Wherever you are duplicating the code, then you can write a private method.
Karthik.
Yeah.
You mean to say if there are 5 classes that implements this interface, all these 5 classes share a common private method, right?
All the 5 classes are implementing same interface only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you are writing a private method in interface only. Don't go by the class. It doesn't matter what class you are using, correct? You are writing a private method in interface. So within the interface, you can use anytime.
Yeah. Instead of writing 5 private methods inside each class, we define that in the interface and we implement it.
Yes.
And this code is shared by all the classes, right?
And no one can, it will not be shared by the class. Whenever you're creating a child class, from child class, it will come to your interface. In the interface,
yes.
you are reusing it. No one can override it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the beauty. Okay. Now let's look at the next topic. So this is just a change of interface changes, guys. Okay.
Why we use this interface private method inside the interface only? We can use class also, right? Then we cannot override anyone.
If you are using an interface, multiple classes can implement it. And if you are using a class, I mean, you cannot do multiple inheritance, right? If it is an interface, you can do multiple inheritance. And in order to provide you the contract, the best one is the interface only, not the class. If you want to provide a contract to someone else, then you have to go for a interface only, right? You cannot provide the contract as a class, right? Hope you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's see the next one. So let's start with okay, this one, try with resource. Okay. Now let's create one more package. Com dot Ashok IT dot try with I will explain the concept, and the code, complete code, will see in the tomorrow class. Try with resource. Okay. Let's take mine. Now, so let us take the same database connection code. Okay. So if you are writing a database connection code, okay. How do you write? Can I say first I will write try block followed by catch? Okay. Now, okay. Now, if I am using file input stream, okay, f equal to new file input stream. I want to read a file. Okay, I'll give some file location. Okay, I want to read this. Let's keep one text. Let's create a text document here in this location. New test. Okay. Now I want to read this file. I'll give class node dot tested dot txt. Okay. Now capital T. Okay, let's give test capital T. Now let's open this file and write something. Karthik is teaching code Java 9 something. Okay. Now, if you are executing this and then object input stream OB equal to new object input stream, and then I'll keep F. Okay. Now after that, F sys out F dot read object. Okay, I can write read also. Sorry, OB dot, my mistake. OB dot read object. Yeah. Now this will print it. Now, if there is any exception in this one, what exception can I get in this scenario? In this code, what exception I can get possibly?
File not found exception.
Yeah, fine.
IO related exception.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm putting a throwable. So throwable is a parent class for all, correct? So whatever may be the exception I'm getting in these 3 lines can be catched by this catch. Yes or no? I am putting exception is plus E. Okay, done. Now, what else is missing in this code? If I run this program, okay, let us take the 1,000 times. What will happen? What is missing in this one?
We are not closing file input stream and object input stream.
Yeah. So whenever you are using any resource within the try catch block, whether it can be a file input stream, object input stream, connection, statement, result set, Try all this, you need to close it, correct? In order to close it, what do you do generally? You will write a finally block, correct? So now after that, what I need to do? So in order to write finally block, I will put this file input stream in outside, correct? Before try, I'll initialize to null, object input stream,
Null.
and I will say F, and I will say OB. And if I can, the code I can write here is if F not equal to null, then I will call the close method, correct?
Yes, not close.
So now let us write, it is throwing an exception, add throws, okay? Now, similarly, if OB dot not equal to OB not equal null, why am I writing a not null condition? If I don't check this, it may throw the null pointer exception, right? Yeah. Now why am I writing this connection close code only in the finally block? Why not in catch block, or why not in try block?
Finally block always explain.
When you say always, what does it mean?
Either exception will come or not come.
Yeah. Whenever there is an exception or whenever there is no exception also, the finally block gets executed, correct? Yeah. So whenever you are finally block is executing, you are closing the resource. That means here you are calling a close method. Have you written this close method? Where this close method is present? Let's see here. It is present in the file input stream, right? So if this close method is present in the file input stream class, but from where it has come, let's see here. See, file input stream is extending from input stream. Input stream is extending from one interface called closable, and closable is extending from auto closable. Do you see auto closable is one interface introduced from 1.7, and what is the abstract method it has? Close method, correct? That means, can I say indirectly they have whoever is using this file input stream, object input stream, or connection, statement, result set, all these interfaces are directly or indirectly extending from auto closable interface, and they are overriding this close method. Is that statement right?
Yes.
See, they are so in this close method, they have written a logic to close, how to close the file, correct? So if you are not calling this, the file will be open, and after some time you may get a out of memory error or some of the other exceptions, and your server will be stopped, right? Now, if you take this code, now the problem is, if you assume that you have forgotten this code, you have forgotten to write a finally block, okay? Now, then if you take this code to your team lead, what he will say? What is the code review comment you will get?
You have not written finally block.
Yeah, he will say that the finally block is not written. You write the finally block and this one. So sometimes your team lead also can forget to see that, right? It's a human mistake. So anyone can do it. So if whenever you are using a try and catch, there may be a possibility developer or lead, whoever is reviewing it, they may also forget that that finally block is not present. So the issue with this way of writing try catch finally is, you may forget to use the finally block, correct? If you are not writing a finally block, is there any compilation issue?
No.
If I run the program in my local, do I get any issue now? Let's
No.
run the program.
No.
So when you will get an issue?
At runtime.
At runtime, like if it is called in loops and all, your server may go into out of memory, right? So now, in order to fix this, what is the thing that you need to do? Developer has to write the finally block for sure, but he may miss it. That is a problem with this try catch finally. So the problem with a finally block is, you may write or you may not write. If you forget it, you end up not closing the resources. In order to overcome this problem, in Java 1.7, they have come up with one solution called try with resource. Let's write try with resource. Try with resource Java 7. So now let's copy the same code. Don't worry about that exception. We can resolve that exception later. So I'll put that here now. So, so people might forget to write the finally block. So in order to overcome that, sometimes some people will write, some people will don't write. Now, in order to overcome that, they have introduced one concept called try with resource. Okay, try with resource. What does it mean? A try with resource means, so here in the try, generally try you will write with a keyword, and then you have to have open bracket and close bracket, and all the resources that you are opening in this program, what resource you want to close? File input stream, object input stream. That is what you have written in the try with this one, right? Let's, if I do Control Z, yeah. See which you are closing the file input stream, you are closing the object input stream. But if you forget it, those will not be closed. Now you want an automated system. You don't want to write a finally block, but automatically after the program is executed, this file input stream should be closed, object input stream should be closed. These are called resources. So you want to close all the resources. Now, in order to do that, you have to use a try with resource. Try with resource means try followed by open bracket and close bracket. Within these brackets, you need to put the resource that you are using. So I will write file input stream. Okay, f equal to new file input stream. I will write all entire this. So this is one resource I'm using, correct? I'll put it here. Okay. Now I want to use another resource also. I'll put, let's remove from here. Okay. Now I want, what is another resource I'm using? Object input stream, correct? So let's put object input stream also equal to new object input stream, and I'm passing the file. Okay. Now let's remove this OB also. Okay. Now let's remove this one. Okay. Now, okay. So now if you look at, do I have the finally block here? Do I have the finally block?
No.
No.
Sir,
I do not
each
have
is-
a, yeah.
Sir, each
Go ahead.
statement, do we need to end with semicolon or no?
Yes. So which,
Yes.
how many ever the resources that you are putting? No, here end is not required. Here, how many resources I'm doing? I am doing the 2 resources. So you have to put all those resources within the try followed by open bracket and close bracket. Okay. And then if you want to write a catch block, you can write a catch block. Okay. Now let's write text.txt. Let's save it, close it. Okay. Now let's debug the program. Okay. Let's debug the program. Debug as Java application. I kept the breakpoint in this. No. Okay. Let's put a catch. So we are getting some exception. So what do you guys think? Whether there is an exception or there is no exception, the close method should be called, correct? The code which we have written in a finally block will be called in case of exception and in case of there is no exception. Am I right? Yeah. Now here, when specifically you have to mention in the finally block, you have to write like this. And then this close method is calling. Now, if you look at here, I got the exception. Now, exception. After exception, now I'll go to this file input stream. I'll put a breakpoint in the close method. Okay. So now let's put a breakpoint here. Now, from the code, within the code, within this code, did I write the finally block?
No.
So let's see whether the if the close method is calling, can I say that automatically it is calling?
Finally block.
Yeah. So that means let's put a F6. Say I am completing this one. Let's put F8. Okay. Okay. Let's solve this error. Maybe because of this error. Sorry, there is an exception. Okay. Okay, just give me a minute. Let's stop this. There is a compilation issue. Let's solve this compilation issue. Yeah, file import is missing. Let's run it again. Let's go to object input stream. Close method. Let's put a breakpoint here. File input stream. Let's put a breakpoint here. Okay, compilation. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, let's leave this. Okay, now okay, let's copy this code. I think some the same code. I'm just taking another file. Okay, remove this test file. Okay, so same file input stream f equal to new file input stream. I have given the different file. So let's see, go to this file and see what is there inside this. So there is some command, there is some file, a JShell command, and I'm trying to read this. Okay, and b.read object. Okay, now let's see. Let's remove the breakpoint first. Yeah, try with resource. I got exception. Yeah, I'm executing line by line. Okay, auto close method. Then I think it is showing some problem. Invalid stream header. I think the file is corrected. Okay. Okay, the instance itself is not getting created, hence it is not able to read. So let me try with, okay, instead of file input stream, let us take file output stream. Stream. Object output stream ob equal to new object output stream f. Okay, ob dot write object. Let me write this. Let me create an employee class. I'm just trying to do the serialization and then I'll try to show you. Employee private string emp name. Let's create a set of getters or constructor. Yeah. Now implements serializable. Okay. Now while I am try with resource, what I will do is I will create employee e equal to new employee and I'll pass the name as Karthik. Okay. Okay. Let's implement auto closable. So let's write close method. Okay. Now ob dot write object e. Okay, sorry, my mistake. I am writing this code within the parenthesis. That is wrong. Sorry, I need to write within the try back block. Sorry. Okay, I don't need to do this. So till now, I am writing the code within this open curly, close curly, open parenthesis and close parenthesis. That is a mistake. Okay, now let's run the program. Debug as Java application. Yeah. Now I have gone into the within the try block. Okay. Now I'm creating an employee object and then I am doing the write object. So there is no exception. Okay. Now after this, so what we can see that object output string close method should be called and file output stream close method should be called, right? Let's keep the close method here. And file output stream close method. Okay. Now let's execute. Let's do F8. See, do you see object output stream close method is called automatically? I have not written the finally block. In this code, did I write the finally block? Guys, do you see the finally block? No.
Karthik, can you run again with FA, please?
Okay. Debug as Java application. So file output stream object is created, and then you are creating an employee object and you are writing object. Okay. Now after that, it is going internally some evaluate method from the write object. That is leave about it. Right. Now do you see after this try and catch? Do I have the finally block?
No.
Generally in the finally block, what is the code that we write?
Wait,
F dot close,
method.
OB dot close. Then only the close method will be called, correct?
Yes.
But if I am using a try with resource, even if I am not writing it, let's click on F8. Let's click on F8. See, do you guys see object? What is the class? Object output stream. Is the close method called automatically?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
let's click F8. See, do you see file output string close method called automatically?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So that means the beauty here, see, it is already present in 1.7 itself. Okay. So what is the change that we made to 1.9? We will see later. But in the 1.7, so now you tell me if whenever you're writing a code, which one would be better? Try, catch, finally, or try with resource?
Try with resource.
Yeah. So that means what is a try with resource? A try followed by open bracket and close bracket. Within the brackets, you need to write all the resources. Earlier, I am getting a problem because, see, I have to write this code, right? This code within the try block, I need to write. But I was writing, unfortunately, I was writing this code after this one. So that's a wrong. Okay. So hope you understand now. So
Can you repeat the last statement? Because you are writing employee here, right?
So see here, what does it mean? Open bracket, open curly of try is and close curly of try. Whatever the code that you are expecting a exception, you need to write within this open curly of try and close curly of try, correct?
Correct.
But earlier I was unknowingly I was writing here and I'm getting an exception and I'm not able to find why am I getting. Later I found it. Hope you get it. So this is a mistake that we have done earlier. So now this is not
We
the right
have
place
to-
to write this code, right? So within the open bracket of try and close bracket of try, you need to initialize the resource. So this is file output stream is one resource, you are initializing it. Object output stream is one resource, you are initializing it, correct? So you need to initialize the resource within this open bracket and close bracket. And whatever the code that you want to write, which may give exception, you need to write within the open curly and close curly. Now, then what happens is, even though you are not writing a finally block, after the code is completed, code execution is completed, like try block or catch block, execution is completed, whichever the resource that you are putting, here you have kept the file output stream. So it will go to the file output stream method, sorry, class, and it will call the close method. Similarly, it will go to the object output stream, and then it will call the close method in the object output stream. So that means using the try with resource, close method on the resources will be called automatically. Even if you forget to write a finally block, there is no harm. The resources will be closed automatically. That's the beauty of try with resource. This is introduced in 1.7. Okay. But now the question is, sir, what is the change that is made to 1.9, which we are going to see in upcoming class? Any questions?
Yeah, Karthik, quick question.
Yeah.
Since finally block is taking care of closing the resources and all, is catch block necessary
Catch. Why do you write a catch block?
to handle if there are any
Except.
exceptions?
So
Okay.
if it is a runtime, can you expect that runtime exception? No,
No.
right? So that's the reason you write a catch block, right?
Yeah. And here exception can be thrown in two blocks, right? While initializing a resource like new file output stream or new object output stream, that is one area. And another area is like here, employee E, new employee, employee, write object of E.
Yeah, here also you can throw new exception.
No. My question is, this catch statement will be able to catch all the exceptions.
No,
That
only
is the
only IO exception. If you want
No,
to write all the exceptions, throwable.
No, not in like what I mean to say is the exception thrown within the try block before the open parenthesis and close parenthesis, because we are creating a resource. Exception can be thrown while creating new file
Resources.
outputs.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the one area. And second area is like exception can be thrown while doing some operations like if we are invoking a method on employee.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that is before open parenthesis and close parenthesis.
Yes.
In two areas, exceptions can be thrown.
Yes.
Will this catch block able to handle both the exception?
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
Wherever
exceptions are thrown inside the try block and before parenthesis, and in this area.
Yeah, I can say that from this line to this line.
Yes, anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you need to write here proper class. See, here if I am throwing null pointer exception, okay, within this try block, either it's a parenthesis or a curly bracket. If I am throwing a null pointer exception, can this catch block catch it?
No.
No. You have to have parent class, correct? So if I write throwable is a parent for all, so it can catch everything.
Fine.
Okay. So what was the change happened to the Java 9, which we are going to see in upcoming class? And instead of this, now what you say, sir, this file output stream, object output stream, whether it's a result set, connection, driver manager, all these are interfaces or classes which are implementing directly or indirectly auto closable interface, and they have overridden the close method. But instead, can I also create a class? I want to create a class. Like I don't want to use a predefined resource. I want to create one resource called test class. I am creating a test class. Okay. And in this test class, I will write one something. Okay. I am assuming this test class as a resource. Now I will say test t equal to new test. Okay. Now here you are getting a compilation error. What is that? Okay. If you look at here, the resource type test does not implement java.lang.autoclosable. That means if you want to use a try with resource, what is the limitation? All the resources that you are writing within the open bracket and close bracket should implement directly or indirectly auto-closable interface. If it is implementing, see, is my test class is implementing auto-closable? No.
No.
I have to implement it. If I implement auto-closable interface, then I have to override the close method, right? No. So now automatically the error is gone. Look at here, the error is gone, right? Now if I run this program, now let's debug this program. Now, how many close methods will be called?
3.
One is file output stream, another is object output stream, and third one would be test class. That means user defined resource also you can do it, correct? Let's do F6. See, 3 resources. Now let's do F8 quickly. See, first test class close method is called automatically. These are user defined now. Object output string class close method is called. Next, file output string class close method is called. That means it doesn't matter how many resources you are doing. If in order to use a try with resource, the limitation is whatever the resources that you are using, those should be implementing auto-closable interface. Whenever it is implementing auto-closable interface, the class has to override the close method. And then automatically after completion of the logic, close method of those resources will be called automatically. That is nothing but a try with resource. It is already there from the 1.7. So what change? I'll explain in tomorrow class for 1.9. Any questions on today's class? Anyone?
You mean to say any object that has to be qualified to create object inside the try block is it has to implement auto close, right?
Yes, that is not object. You can say it is a resource.
Resources. Okay.
Yeah. Automatically the close method will be called. That means, see, these are the already you know that this file output stream, object output stream are the existing resources, but you want to write your utility function, right? And for example, you want to write one thing, and in the whenever the code execution is completed, you want to do cleanup. Cleanup in the sense all the objects you want to make it null so that memory will be freezed, correct? So then you can write that kind of code in the test class. But in order to call the close method automatically, the resource should implement auto-closable interface. Hope you understand, Pradeep.
Yes.
Puneet, sorry. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Any other questions? Anyone? Okay. So if no question, that's all for today, guys. And though tomorrow is Saturday, we have started the course on Thursday. So we'll be having a demo class tomorrow also. Please join with the same time. And today or tomorrow, you'll be getting an email from the Ashok IT on how to do the enrollment. So look at that email and then you can start enrolling it. The demo classes will be there till Monday or Tuesday. I'll let you know tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you.
I have taken Java 8 courses that online recorded.
Okay.
Is it necessary that I have to complete all those things before the upcoming sessions?
Not needed, but there is one thing called Stream API enhancement, right?
Okay.
So if you look at our curriculum, there is one thing. For all the remaining, you don't need. The Stream API enhancements, anyways, I am going to explain at the end. Maybe another 10 days it may take, maybe 8 to 10 days it may take. So in order to understand the Stream API enhancement, in the Java 8, there are two methods called skip method, filter method, and how to write a stream program. That is a prerequisite to learn this. You have maybe another 8 days time. Later point of also, you can rewind it, but you have some time.
Then is it good enough if I complete that, at least the stream part, right?
Yes. The stream part will, if you go through it, you can fast forward it also. So you can understand that.
All right.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, actually, I have 4 years of experience in Java. So I'm stuck in an interview, like Java 8 feature, some means asking for some updated method and updated features. So I'm not that time I'm not able to, because I have working in like a Stream API function interface, that features, but I'm not working in like updated version feature and extra feature. So you are also covering Java 8 features, sir?
Yeah, Java 8, this course, every day we are going to learn Java 9 and 11. Java 8, I have completed already. See, in Java 8, we have learned, which we have completed in the month of December. December 6th to December 22nd, we completed. If you want, you can enroll for that. Like 8, 9, 11 together, the fee is 4,000. And they will give you all the recordings of this Java 8 classes. And you have the accessibility till 6 months. You can watch it, and in the regular day class, you can ask me the questions. I am happy to answer. And in Java 8, we have learned all of this, like interface changes, Lambda expression, function interface, predefined function interface, method reference. In the Stream API, for each and every method, we have seen the problem. And optional class, date changes, collection API improvements. and string joiner. So these are the things that we have seen in the Java 8.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And I also had the same issue, but if it would be better if the guy who is asking, no, if he enroll for Java 8 course.
Yeah.
That's why I joined Java 8.
Yeah. So Java 8, 9, 11 together, it is 4,000. If you wish to join, then you can do for all. So whenever you are talking to the admin, just mention that you are enrolling for this 3 and they'll give you the videos for those. And whenever you're watching the video, any day you have a question, you are happy to ask me at the end of the class of Java 9. I'll happy to answer. Most probably you do not have any questions. Okay. Any other last question, anyone? Those who are watching in YouTube, do you guys have any questions? Okay. So if no questions, then that's all for today, guys. Yeah. Thank you all. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Karthik. Bye-bye.